I decided to give it another try, this time in Cebu instead of Manila. Again, a massively disappointing experience. Having been tired and hungry from travel, we tried a local restaurant. The food was very bad, the quality was poor, and they only give you a very small amount of food, not even worth what you paid for. When we got into a taxi and my friend told him to turn his meter, he refused to turn on his meter and demanded a fixed amount. My friend told him to stop and we got out. He took pictures of the driver, his plates and door and reported him to the taxi company. Then yesterday, we went to another restaurant and everything was out of stock. And I mean everything. They didn't even have a single mango for shakes. Seriously, how do people live like this here? They quite literally try to cheat you everywhere you turn. It's like normal everyday thing here. We are going to try visiting another island next week, and I hope that's a more positive experience. It will not be. I can tell you this. You will constantly be disappointed in the Pinoy land. C. Gomez says, this is a developing country, third world country. You need to lower your expectations. Yes, how could you expect a tropical country that claims to be famous for mangoes not have a single mango? Or how dare you think you can get a simple plate of food at a local restaurant? It's a shame, right? You would think a country like this would be proud and make changes. You know, it's very sad to see that you can go to Vietnam, sit down and drink and eat very comfortably at a local establishment. You can try various pots and try different dishes, beautiful scenery, kind people, even with a language barrier. You can go into any hole in the wall, sit down at those unique tables and have a delicious bowl of pho. However, you can do the same in Thailand. Go by any food vendor. They would make you a fresh, hot, sizzling noodle meal right in front of you for only $1 or $2. Or Malaysia, where you can get a taste of the different, authentic, local, or even mixed, cultured, different spices. There are so many things you can do, and I can go on and on. But in the Philippines, everything is simply a pain. You can't go throughout a day without feeling scammed at all. Beard Glass says true. The only place that has reliable product and services are those in well-off places like BGC, etc., where things are up to first world standards. Either that or you can at least see if they're reputable on Google Maps, but in the Philippines, that's not always the case. A Pinoy wants to say, dear all Westerners who want to visit the Philippines, I have some advice for you. Stop being effing naive. Trust nobody. Do not expect any integrity or honesty. Don't build a house on other people's land. You can easily lose it. Keep your big funds outside the Philippines. Don't tell any Pinoy about your finances, not even your spouse. Never borrow money or things to Pinoys. I think they mean never lend money. It will only bring you anger and frustration. Do not venture into businesses with Pinoys. Try to lease a lot? Get a lawyer to check the contract or rent. Be careful about who you let into your house. Lock it up and hide all your valuables before your things start to disappear. If you hire a yaya, a nanny, be very careful. Avoid marriage if possible, and just pay the tourist visa fees. Keep your spouse's family at a certain distance before they suck you dry. Be tough from day one. If you're soft, people will use you. It takes time and experience to learn the Pinoy mindset. Experience can be an expensive teacher. It's about loss prevention and avoid mistakes. I'm talking from many years of experiences. You are in a third world country and 50% are dirt poor. Here, things never turn out the way you think. Some excellent advice from what seems to be a local person actually admitting to some things that are wrong with their country, because we all know how proud they can be and they never want to hear criticism, even if it's constructive. Intelligent research says, if you are going to live here, you have to learn how to manage your expectations. If you don't, you will always be disappointed. Half of the taxi drivers will always try to cheat you. It's very simple. Do not agree to their terms and do not pay them. Supply chain management is not a thing here. You will hear, sorry sir, out of stock, often. The quality of food and service here is generally poor. However, there are some restaurants that you can eat at. Most of the time, you should definitely cook at home. People here in general lack critical thinking, skills, and problem solving abilities. When you have a problem and you need to help, you will have to be patient. This is not a first world country. You will need to make sacrifices. So enjoy the warm weather at least and lower your expectations. I agree with this person. However, you must keep in mind that many travelers, tourists, and visitors do not stay here long term, do not intend to go grocery shopping and start cooking in their hotel rooms. These things do apply for long term visitors or stayers. However, for someone that wants to visit another country as a tourist or vacation, these rules typically do not apply. It makes no sense for them to go through everything you said just to enjoy 2 weeks in a country. Firm Noise says, welcome back to the land of corruption and dysfunction where the quality of life is as low as you can go. I have dependent children there, but even I can take being there in small doses. Then I go back to my country of origin to refresh for a while, then go back to sea after my children, rinse and repeat. My goal is to get them children out of there by any means necessary. Excuse me for being blunt, but there's nothing attractive nor alluring about living in the Pinoy land if you come from a country with a good quality of life and living standards. Precisely, once again, I repeat, the only reason people come to the Philippines is for the ease of accessing women's private areas. That's it. These women are the easiest on earth. That's why men are here. And they're easy because they're poor. They're easy because it's their only way out of poverty is by being with a foreigner. No matter how ugly, fat, old, desperate they are, they don't care because they don't see you as a human being. They see you as a function to their livelihood. They see you as a walking ATM. Do not forget this. Do not let other channels fool you. Do some positive stories occur? Definitely. Do some people find luck? Yes. But for anyone coming here in 2025 expecting to be with a young, attractive Filipina and just have a normal relationship, they're definitely mistaken. Symphonia says, I had the same experience in Cebu and I learned from it. Use Grab, not Taxi. Taxi in the Philippines are known scam artists. Filipino people are usually smaller and have less appetite than the average Western person, so portion sizes are small. No, it's because they're cheap and they want to make money. And Filipinos eat a lot, especially snacks. I do not agree with that. As for the food, Filipino street food is usually a hit or miss, so I just eat at Filipino chain restaurants in the mall, and it's good for me. Yes, of course. How could McDonald's, KFC, or other places like that fail? At least not as much as any other restaurant, right? Manage your expectations. Philippines is still a third world country, so if you want a luxury experience, go to Makati or BGC. Imagine, want to eat something that is not horrible is considered a luxury in the Philippines, or at least not wanting to get scammed is considered luxury. I had my phone stolen, bouncers at the club always asking for tips, taxis trying to scam me. Stories like this are abundant anywhere you look online. It's no secret now that the Philippines is getting a very bad reputation. I assume that is why they cannot maintain their tourism statistics and numbers of visitors to this country. From my understanding, only less than 1% of Chinese tourists were in the Philippines last year. Coupled with the rise in crime, I don't see a bright future for this country. The best comment from yesterday's video of foreigners protesting and supporting the ex-president is from Ken. Common sense? Sorry, sir. Out of stock. The worst comment is from Van, apparently a white knight in shining armor, a savior of the Pinoy people. To say all Filipinos are stupid is crazy statement. I think you are a stupid a-hole. I think that's hilarious. Look at his writing and his grammar and calling me stupid. Although one can never judge someone by their grammatical skills, I also think is ironic. Subscribe to the channel to spread the truth. Don't be lazy.